And right now, let's bring in CBS News Miami's Jim DeFede.
Jim, when we had you on CBS News Miami at 7 o'clock, you said you'd take the over. You thought that the former president would talk for more than 30 minutes. He actually went a little shorter than that. Do you think that's a byproduct of the fact that he couldn't say everything he perhaps wanted to say because the judge asked him not to talk about the case, even though he did actually talk about it?
No, I don't think it was Donald Trump showing restraint because the judge asked him to, and I fully admit I was wrong. I had the over, and it was under. I was surprised, and I will tell you a couple of things. My reaction was, you know, the reason I thought he would speak longer is I thought in some ways he would be energized by what happened today and really want to take the fight in a very aggressive way publicly, knowing that there were going to be a lot of people watching what he had to say tonight. And what struck me was how flat his speech was. This was not an animated Donald Trump. This was very similar. I was there in that very same ballroom, you know, just a few months ago when he launched his presidential campaign, and you know, folks at the time said that he didn't seem to have the energy level then. I was expecting it now, and it just wasn't there. And I think, you know, I think we have to understand this has taken a toll on Donald Trump. I think that's pretty clear. And the other thing that I want to make about his comments today was, you can sort of tell where he's most concerned, where he's most worried, you know, by the pending legal cases. And it's clearly focused on Jack Smith, the special prosecutor who's looking into the documents case at Mar-a-Lago. He seems much more concerned by what Jack Smith is doing in attacking Jack Smith than he was in going after the Manhattan district attorney or even the Georgia case. So I think that was revealing in itself. But there, you know, to some extent, the walls are closing in a little bit on Donald Trump. It was a very long day, very emotional day for him. And I think you could see it in the way he carried himself tonight.
Yeah, he kept calling him the lunatic Jack Smith over and over again. Jim, are you surprised that they're now selling T-shirts with a mugshot, which was not taken? They did not take a mugshot of him in New York, but somehow they created a mugshot, and now they're selling it.
So the question is, am I surprised that the Trump campaign is financially trying to find a way to profit from this? No. I would not say that I would be surprised by that in the least. Maybe the only thing I'm surprised by is that the T-shirts are only being sold for $47. Obviously, 47 being he was the 47th president. But
45th.
Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. As a matter of fact, let's be clear. This is you know, a huge fundraising vehicle for him. I think in the first 24 hours after the indictment came down, he raised $4 million, and then he was doing about $1 million a day after that. So this is, you know, for a lot of people, this is sort of giving some energy into the Trump campaign financially, which had some problems raising some money. You know,
Jim,
a lot of the big name donors hadn't been there.
Jim, but let me just follow up. The reason I asked that question is that you would think that most people would not want to have an image of yourself in a mugshot. How many politicians have you covered whose political careers were destroyed after they showed up in a mugshot or a shot at the defendant's table, and there was so much talk about whether do we put him in handcuffs and walk him out, but now they're just like, they love it.
Embracing it.
Embracing it, totally.
Well, let's be clear, though. They also got to choose the picture that they put as their fake mugshot, you know, so I'm sure it was a very good, very nice likeness of the former president, you know, as opposed to, you know, some mugshots that I've seen over the years of politicians. They don't actually seem all that happy in those pictures, you know, and so this one was actually of their choosing. And of course, he also emblazoned it with the words "not guilty." So that's a nice bonus for him. So yeah, they didn't want video. They didn't didn't want TV cameras in the courtroom. They didn't want a lot of photography in the courtroom. From the reports that I've heard from inside the courtroom, the pool photographers were brought in for a brief period of time at the beginning of the hearing. Donald Trump made a point to sort of look over, smile occasionally at them. But, you know, this was obviously they don't want the TV cameras. And we should say we're used to in Florida, you know, TV cameras being in the courtroom. That's something that is very typical here. It is not typical in a New York courtroom. So he wasn't being treated differently, you know, in that regard. Same thing with the mugshot. It's not a formal requirement in cases like this. You know, so yeah, but no, he's going to find ways to work this to his advantage. I'm just again surprised that he didn't try to make that point even stronger tonight in his remarks at Mar-a-Lago. As I said, I think this was a Donald Trump who was not chastened. I don't want to suggest that he's chastened at all by this, but he looked tired from it, and it certainly was a long day, I'm sure.
Yeah, different. He had said earlier today that it was a surreal day, so perhaps maybe that attests to a little bit of what you saw there. Just it was a long day as well. Jim, very quickly, as we sort of just wrap this up, what's next? Because we heard the judge say something about see you in December, so this is going to stretch out for a long time, close into 2024 when that presidential election is set to happen. Why so long? I imagine there's going to be lots of motions and things that go on in the meantime before they're actually in court again.
That is absolutely right. I mean, you're going to have so the next phase comes with discovery. You know, that's where the prosecutors have to turn over to the defense attorneys all their material. The prosecutors then will file a series of motions. I don't know if they'll try to push the date up from December. I think a lot of people were caught off guard the way the judge just sort of said, "See you in December." But let's be clear. There is a very real possibility this case will not even be completely resolved by the time of the November 2024 election, because you're going to have legitimate issues that Donald Trump can raise on his legal team, because the Manhattan District Attorney is using sort of a unique theory on law as to how he promoted these from a misdemeanor to a felony charge. That is going to have to be litigated. That is going to have to probably also go up on appeal. You know, this could work its way all the way before there's actually even a trial. Those issues could be taken all the way up to the New York State Supreme Court. So I think this is a very long time. I think we talked earlier tonight about how Donald Trump will be running as an indicted defendant, and he will be, you know, and he will be on the debate stage with his other Republican candidates as an indicted defendant in a criminal case in New York and possibly in other cases as we see them develop over the coming months.
Well, I'm interested in seeing how the other Republican candidates are going to react to this, but that's part of the ongoing conversation that we'll continue having. Jim, thank you very much.